For the younger ones, it's at some point. For North, it's right now, right? That even if she doesn't see it, even if somehow Kim is able to keep that away from her, the kids her friends at school, they're going to know about it. They're going to see it. And it puts the kids in a horrible situation.
Sure, he's holding back additional similar pieces of evidence and probably some more damning stuff that he didn't want to put in the complaint.
What if Kim Kardashian's whole empire, the fame, the brands, the girl boss narrative, even her law school dreams, wasn't really about empowerment at all, but about control? Not control over the fans or the spotlight, but over himself. That wild idea, once whispered in dark corners of the internet, is now catching fire, fueled by new legal filings, vanished posts, and suspicious timing that's way too clean to brush off. Here's where it starts to connect. Diddy's shocking arrest back in March set off a chain reaction. Raids on his LA and Miami homes, names surfacing that nobody expected, and by October, a digital exodus. Kim Kardashian quietly hit unfollow. Weeks later, boom, Diddy's sentenced to 50 months behind bars. Then, right as those headlines started trending, Kim appeared on camera revealing she suffered a stress-related brain aneurysm, blaming the collapse of her marriage for pushing her over the edge. But insiders are whispering that this wasn't just stress, it might have been strategy. A carefully timed move to distance herself from the same powerful network that YE claimed was pulling strings from behind the scenes. And when the federal files finally dropped, detailing serious charges against Sean Diddy Combs for trafficking and racketeering schemes dating all the way back to the early 2000s, people started asking the real question, how deep does this go? Kanye West's old interviews suddenly sound like prophecies come true. Remember when he said, they can control Shaq, they can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can't control me.
They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce,
But not you, man.
but they can't control me.
Back then, everyone brushed it off as another wild moment. But now, with Diddy locked up until 2028 and still claiming threats to his safety, those words hit completely different. It's starting to look less like a rant and more like a warning that everyone ignored. And the timing? Way too perfect to be coincidence? Kim unfollowed Diddy just days before federal agents stormed his homes. Then, weeks later, she dropped a lawsuit on Ray J after he said her family was worse than Diddy. According to court papers obtained by Rolling Stone, Kim's team insisted Ray J's claims were false and damaging. But fans aren't just asking if Ray J crossed a line. They're asking why Kim reacted so fast. She's ignored rumors before, so why slam the panic button this time? We've seen Kim handle chaos before, leaked tapes, whirlwind marriages, messy divorces, even corporate controversies, but never like this. Her attorney, powerhouse Alex Spiro, painted the defamation case as a way to protect her reputation. Still, legal analysts noticed something strange. The filing made repeated references to federal investigations and rumors that hadn't even gone public yet. Some insiders, the ones who used to attend those exclusive celebrity parties, now say those nights weren't just glitz and networking, they were networking with consequences. Reports claim that hidden cameras were planted inside private celebrity suites, recording moments that were never meant to be seen. One former insider even alleged that this footage became currency, traded among elites to keep everyone quiet and compliant. Ye himself once hinted at this years ago, warning that Hollywood doesn't just entertain, it monetizes and traumatizes. That line hits different now, but here's where the double life starts to show. Publicly, Kim presents herself as a reformer, a future lawyer fighting for justice, championing prison reform, and posting about humanitarian causes. Privately, though, her moves tell another story. Her digital trail shows a pattern, quietly cutting ties right before the storm hits. She unfollowed Diddy just before the raids, then went completely silent about YE after he accused the industry of being controlled. And now, she's rebranding again through the newest Kardashian season, opening with that tearful confession about her brain aneurysm. On camera, Kim called it just stress, linking it directly to YE's actions. But viewers noticed how perfectly that storyline fit her public image. She positioned herself as the survivor, the one who overcame chaos, not someone who might have benefited from it. The whole setup felt too neat, too aligned with protecting her empire. Then came YE's counterpunch. In September, he allegedly leaked text messages showing Kim blocking their daughter North's name from being tied to his new music project. A project that, according to him, featured Diddy. The drama just keeps getting deeper. Within hours of YE's explosive post, Kim's lawyers reportedly fired back, threatening legal action and labeling his messages as harassment meant to stir the public. On the surface, it looked like another messy family feud, But for those tracking every detail, this wasn't just about drama, it was a proxy war. Ye was pushing to expose connections that Kim couldn't afford to explain. Then came the TikTok moment that blew up the internet. North appeared online rocking fake face tattoos and a nose ring. And instantly, social media went wild. Debates about parenting, boundaries, and fame spiraled everywhere. Kim brushed it off, saying it was harmless fun, but people close to Ye claimed he saw it differently, as proof that Kim was using image control even over their children's digital lives, while allegedly limiting his real-world access. That hit hard. By mid-October, it all started to look like a chess match, legal and strategic. Kim's team was reportedly piecing together a case painting Ye as unstable, using every leaked text, public rant, and emotional outburst to argue he posed a risk to their children's privacy. But Ye wasn't backing down. His tone changed too. He started claiming this fight wasn't just about custody anymore. It was about power, control, and who gets to tell the story. One of his former associates even said Ye told them, "It's not just about seeing my kids. It's about who's writing the narrative." That line hit fans like a thunderclap, because if true, it means this family drama is only a small piece of something way bigger. Ye's claims might sound extreme to some, but when you line up the timeline, things start looking a little too convenient. The pattern of public events has left fans and analysts seriously uneasy and wondering if there's more going on behind the scenes than anyone's admitting. Right when public pressure on Kim should have hit its peak, she suddenly revealed her shocking health scare, a stress-induced brain aneurysm, instantly flipping the narrative. Sympathy poured in, and headlines shifted overnight. Her diagnosis came just days after brand new documents dropped about Diddy's sentencing. And while doctors confirmed stress can trigger aneurysms, critics online couldn't ignore the suspicious timing. Why share something so personal during the premiere of her family's new season, unless it was part of a carefully crafted storyline to make her seem fragile, human, and relatable? Some insiders are calling it exactly that: strategic crisis management, a way to pull attention away from the resurfacing links between her family and Diddy's past. Remember, there's actual footage showing the Kardashians at his lavish parties, those infamous nights of luxury and secrecy. In one clip from 2014, Khloe joked about half the people being naked, while in 2019, Kim posted a smiling selfie with Diddy captioned, "Nothing like a Diddy party." But when federal raids later uncovered hidden surveillance equipment inside those same venues, speculation went crazy. Fans started connecting dots, and suddenly, those old party memories didn't seem so glamorous anymore. The real question now isn't what Kim knew, it's when she knew it. Unfollowing someone just days before their arrest doesn't look like coincidence, it suggests inside knowledge or at least a warning whispered from deep within the circle. Her lawsuit against Ray J, her silence on Diddy's conviction, her refusal to address Ye's claims, they don't read like random reactions, they read like strategy. It's a timeline of damage control, not confusion. Even her mom moments on TV seem calculated to reinforce that image. In the latest Hulu episode, Kim breaks down crying, saying North was exposed to her dad's behavior and that it's her job to protect what I have to protect. But people can't help asking, protect what exactly? Her kids or her brand? That's the question insiders keep bringing up as her legal team quietly moves to block Ye from mentioning Diddy in any custody-related filings. Meanwhile, Ye's not letting it slide. Despite mounting lawsuits, financial hits, and growing isolation, he keeps pushing the topic, insisting this is bigger than family drama. He claims the same powerful figures who once exploited his mental health moments are still orchestrating the backlash now. And in his view, Kim isn't just an ex-wife, she's part of the system. Ye believes she's connected to a network that rewards obedience and punishes anyone who dares to speak out. Some of his allies now whisper that his entire custody battle is just the smoke, hiding a much deeper fire burning underneath. This isn't just a custody fight anymore. It's a full-blown war over narrative control. From courtroom filings to cryptic late-night posts, both sides are battling not just for truth, but for the story that will define them forever. Kim's entire strategy now seems built on silence. But that silence is starting to scream louder than any public statement. With Diddy behind bars, lawsuits stacking up, and Ye hinting he's ready to drop everything they don't want the world to see, the illusion of separation between their stories is cracking wide open. Every move feels connected. Every health update, every deleted photo, every sudden media appearance. Even the smallest detail now looks like part of something bigger, something carefully choreographed beneath the surface of celebrity perfection. Fans and insiders alike are starting to see the pattern, and it's not looking good for anyone trying to keep things quiet. As the next court date closes in, both camps are reportedly preparing evidence that could reshape their legacies forever. But one haunting question remains. If Kim truly has nothing to hide, why does every new revelation make it look like she does? According to sources close to YE's circle, he's done waiting for the system to catch up. He's not just talking anymore, he's preparing to show the receipts himself. And if that happens, Hollywood might be facing one of its most explosive revelations yet. In the weeks since those explosive allegations, YE's been moving with purpose. He's not just talking, he's taking action. He's filed new trademarks connected to his daughter North's name, locked down legal rights over unreleased Yeezy archives, and reportedly leaked sections of old contracts showing quiet deals between his fashion ventures and major corporate partners once tied to the Kardashians. What the public calls a meltdown looks, up close, like a calculated takedown of the system that tried to silence him. Behind the scenes, YE's team has been tracing money trails, connecting Kim's brands to business entities that allegedly funneled sponsorships through Diddy's companies. According to court documents filed in both New York and Los Angeles, several of those deals were abruptly dissolved just months before the federal raids. Coincidence? Many think not. You can see the shift. Every move logged, every signature exposed. This has evolved far beyond divorce drama or ego battles. YE's now aiming for accountability, something Hollywood's elite have rarely faced within their own circle of influence. And as more documents surface, his support is growing fast. Former producers, stylists, and assistants, once bound by silence, are starting to talk. Some describe NDAs that specifically banned them from discussing private events hosted by Diddy and attended by the Kardashians. One former Yeezy executive even claims they were pressured to delete entire email threads that linked the two empires together. The walls might just be closing in. One insider claims top lawyers from both camps secretly teamed up to bury proof of shared sponsors, evidence that could have linked their brands financially. Now the story's outgrown gossip blogs. It's creeping into business reports, legal memos, and even quiet political chatter about celebrity influence networks. If Yee's receipts are real, this could be the first time a pop culture dynasty faces official scrutiny for ties to a hidden web of control. But Kim's not the only one feeling the heat. Yee's outbursts have pulled in even bigger names. LeBron James, Jay-Z, Beyonce, all accused of playing roles in the same hierarchy that rewards silence and punishes truth. Even if some doubt his theory, the connections are clear. They all showed up at Diddy's extravagant parties, benefited from the same publicity machine, and stayed silent when allegations broke. Now the real question lingers. How many knew what went down behind those golden doors? Who saw the cameras, the contracts, the manipulation, and looked away? Every silence makes this less about one marriage and more about a culture built on complicity. You can trace YE's so-called paranoia all the way back to his early warnings when he talked about Hollywood's sacrifices and connected his mother's passing and others' tragedies to a bigger cycle of power. Back then, the industry brushed him off, calling it grief-fueled chaos. But now, as new evidence ties together secret gatherings and disappearing insiders, those old words sound less like rambling and more like a coded warning. When Ye said, "They can control Shaq, they can control LeBron, but they can't control me," he wasn't bragging. He was predicting exactly what's happening now. A one-man rebellion against an invisible system of handlers. And in that rebellion, Kim has become both his biggest obstacle and his strongest evidence. Her recent public moves seem to feed his story even more. On Instagram, she posted a short video of green hills rolling past her car window with the song, "I Wish I Hated You." No caption, no context. Fans called it emotional, but insiders saw it as distance, a signal that she's separating herself from the chaos. That same week, her lawyers quietly filed a motion to ban any mention of Diddy in the custody case. Then came the perfectly staged podcast appearances where she spoke softly about being tested and protecting her family, steering every conversation toward motherhood and away from controversy. She's projecting peace, but sometimes calm isn't peace. It's control. Behind the cameras, pressure is quietly building, and fast. Fashion insiders say multiple sponsors once linked to Kim's beauty line have paused their deals, waiting on a full reputational review before moving forward. Meanwhile, streaming executives are reportedly debating whether to keep old Diddy footage in upcoming Kardashians episodes. And get this, the family's legal office has tripled its staff since the federal raids. That doesn't scream guilt, but it does scream panic. In storms like this, perception alone can destroy an empire faster than any courtroom ever could. And then there's North West, the most unpredictable piece on this chaotic chessboard. Her joint social media account with Kim has shifted from innocent fun to something way more serious. What started as playful clips now feels like subtle statements. When North posted a hand-drawn version of YE's album artwork, featuring Bianca in bold, revealing fashion. Fans brushed it off as childish creativity until they noticed the sketch perfectly matched an image that had been pulled from streaming platforms for being too explicit. That got people talking. Then came her viral Met Gala moment, kneeling beside Kim's pearl-covered gown, picking up fallen beads one by one. To the public, it looked sweet, but to those reading between the lines, it felt symbolic. Like the next generation quietly collecting the pieces of a family image, cracking under pressure. Photographers swarmed and it looked harmless, but people felt the symbolism right away. A young girl picking up the pieces of an empire her parents built, then watched it crack on live TV. Now her online vibe reads more staged than casual. North's TikToks, full of bravado and "I'm taking over" flexes, have been replayed millions of times, and folks say she's being groomed as the next big brand leader. Insiders whisper that marketing teams watch her every move, tweaking analytics to shape her image as both a kid star and a cultural icon. Even a collab with streamer Kai Cenat, who had beef with YE after a viral spat, only adds fuel to the idea that none of this is random. To most, it looks like a tween trying stuff out, but close observers see choreography, like she's being taught to carry both parents' legacies. Her dad's rebellion and her mom's control seem to be merging into her persona. The sad part? North is 12, and that makes the whole thing feel heavy and unfair. She should be figuring out who she is, not carrying the weight of two clashing legacies. Every post, every public moment seems to pull North deeper into a story she never chose, until even her innocence becomes a brand. And that raises the question nobody wants to face. What happens to a kid growing up where fame equals power, silence means safety, and truth might be the most dangerous thing you can speak? Meanwhile, YE's personal life mirrors the storm he's fighting. His wife, Bianca Censori, has reportedly urged him to slow down after his latest project, Yeezy P, started shaking their marriage. But people close to YE say he's not backing off. He sees it as proof that no one, not even his partner, can dictate his art. It's that same fire that once made him challenge fashion giants and record labels. And now, it's aimed straight at his ex-wife's empire. To Ye, this isn't just a legal battle. It's spiritual warfare wrapped in court papers. Every headline, every leak, every post feels like part of his mission to expose the machine he's been fighting all along. Kim might have studied law to master control, but lately every win just raises more questions. She sued Ray J to silence defamation, yet the case only dragged those old rumors right back into the spotlight. She opened a new season of her show with emotional hospital footage, but fans noticed the timing. It dropped the same week as Diddy's sentencing. Suddenly, what looked like vulnerability started to feel like distraction. Even her public appearances, the charity events, the pastel suits, the soft-toned speeches now come off more like rehearsed damage control than authenticity. The woman who once promised transparency now hides behind PR teams and press statements. And the more she hides, the more her fear shows. What's next could reshape celebrity power forever. He's reportedly preparing to drop files that expose how the game really works. While Diddy's lawyers scramble to cut his sentence and Kim's empire tightens its grip from every angle, behind the scenes, online investigators are cross-checking footage, tracing who stood next to who smiled with who, and who profited most. If even half of what's being whispered turns out real, Hollywood might be heading toward its biggest reckoning yet. Yee's made his move, Diddy's locked in, and Kim, she's running out of time. So what do you think? Could the walls of Hollywood finally be cracking from the inside, one secret at a time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, share this video, and we'll see you in the next one.